what's going on? I hope that you're doing good. I have returned to upstate New York. I just took a trip with my partner across the country. We were in Oregon visiting my sister. So we stopped at like every major city from upstate New York to Oregon. And yeah, it was a good time. I got laid off while I was out there. So I was able to really chill and just relax and soak it all in. We were like in so many cool places and checked out so much cool stuff. And all I brought with me on the trip was my laptop and the push. When I go on a trip and I bring a bunch of gear, it normally just sits in the bag until I get back home and then unpack it. So I decided to just bring the push. It wasn't until the last day that we were out in the Pacific Northwest that I was like, I should probably record something. I started developing a patch with Pivot from Fours, and I'll put a link for the synth in the description because it's sick. It's my favorite FM synth of all time, and maybe it could be yours. So, right, I got this, the place that I decided to film this was a place called Multnomah Falls. I hope I'm saying that correctly. And it looks like this, right? Look, it's like a waterfall, and then there's some mountains. So here I am with my laptop and my push and my tripod and my camera. And I went to the back of the parking lot so that I could try to get a really nice shot of the waterfall. But then I just got this shot of me looking like a badoofus in a parking lot. But I wanted to film this because I wanted to capture the, whatever. I'm going to show you the patch that all right. I'm going to show you the patch that I made, and I'll just kind of play around with it, break down the patch, and then I'll show you what I recorded like a doofus at the end of the parking lot at Multnomah Falls in Oregon. Okay. Oh, hold on. What up? Here's what we got. All right, this is a Max for Live delay device that was made by Fours, and it's sick. And I always pair it with Pivot, and it's also sort of like my go-to delay now. 3 operators, right? Let's turn operator 3 down, boom. And then that's got more of like a melody kind of sound. And then if I pull down operator 2, both of those were around 20. Just a little sine wave, right? Yeah, so a little bit of low pass filter and then a little bit of envelope for that to make it sort of snappy. I'm gonna open up the amp envelope. And if we go to the mod section, take a look. This is all I have going on here is I just have a little bit of LFO1, just doing like the most baby amount of pitch modulation. To do that, right, like if you just double click, then it'll set it back to its default. And if you just start dragging, it's gonna move in whole numbers here. But if you hold down shift, it will move the decimal point. So I suppose there's a couple of different ways that you could go about this. You could just pop this up like that. And then you could use this to dial in the depth. But I don't know, I've gotten into the habit of just shift and just a little. Go back to the synth here. 3 voices, because for this patch, I wanted it to sort of cut off the next note that is coming, and it does it in a sort of musical way at 3. I encourage you to explore with synths that have many voices to mess with the voice count and just see what it does with your sequences. Sometimes you can find some really happy accidents and some weird sounding stuff. And then I forgot what this is. It's like a chorus and kind of like a stereo spready thing. I don't know. It's just got a little bit of magic. And so I put that on there. Let's take a listen to this first operator or modulator. Down here, I've got this decimal point. Just a little bit, just like a tiny bit. If you take a look at this number here, I'm not at 1, which is the default. It sort of, I don't know what's happening. All I do know is that it sort of seems like it's adding like an octave lower, or it's adding sort of like a sub-harmonic. I don't fucking know. So listen to this. Right? And if I were to bring that up to 1, and I imagine as we move this up, it'll probably just get. So bringing it down here. Cool. Hold up. That's sick. Okay. So real quick, now I just want to play with this real quick. So we're going to go back to the mod section, and then we'll use LFO2 for the level of operator 3. LFO2, operator 3. And let's slow this John down. Let's go ahead and put the delay back on. That's so sick. I've got another tape delay here. Boost that up real quick. You get my point? That's pretty cool. So that's that. Let's take a listen to this bass patch. It's just wavetable. It's just 2 like almost saw waves. They are an octave apart, and then I don't even think I detuned them. So they're just an octave apart. Like that sort of thing here. And then I just have a 606 here. That's it. That's it. That's the whole thing. Let me go turn this camera off. Hold on. All right, that's it. I just wanted to share that. I wish that I would have recorded some more stuff in some of the cooler places that I was at, but I just was in the moment, so I didn't record anything. I've got some cool stuff coming. I have a new instrument on the way that I'm excited to share with you. If you want to support the work I'm doing, I have a Patreon, link in the description below. There's a Discord server over there, and we can chat about things. If Patreon's not your thing, I've got links for my music and Bandcamp. You can support me there. And bye.